Kevin Holland,
Yeah.
all sorts of that. Chris Curtis comes in last minute and you do what you do. Like, what was your thoughts coming into the fight, changing the game plan around for a different style of fighter?
Well, I thought that we might have to do a different fight. I knew that it was going to be harder to get Chris Curtis down on the ground. He has a really good sprawl and takedown defense. So I understood that I could work a little bit more from the outside in this one.
Yeah, were you surprised that he stayed in your range, didn't he? He kept calling you back to the middle of the cage and everything like that. Did you think that was a bit strange? He was trying to keep at long range of you when he probably should have been trying to take you down.
Yeah, I think he got a little bit frustrated with me moving. I just tried to stay disciplined and stay to my plan, and I could see the frustration in him.
What did he say to you at the end of the fight? Obviously, we saw the hand gestures, but what did he actually say to you?
No, I can't remember, but he was like taunting me, and then something slipped from my tongue. So, and I'm a little bit disappointed with myself there that I got caught up in that, because I'm all about sportsmanship. I want sport to be clean, and after a fight we should be good friends. So I really apologize to Chris Curtis for that.
That's very good. As I said, we've watched your career for years through the cage, everything, and it's great to see where you are now, back on the winning streak, and can't wait to see you again, mate.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Just over here. With the fight not going through with Darren Till, does that fight still interest you somewhere down the line?
Of course, the fight interests me. It's a great fight, and I think Darren is a great opponent and has a lot of fans. He's a fan favorite, but it's a little bit scary to book up against him a third time. But the third time is a charm, so maybe. And you mentioned in the cage there that you want to get on the Sweden card. What's next for you? What do you see going forward? Yeah, I would love to be on that card, and I want to fight somebody in the rankings for my next one, continue to climb up towards that big goal. Is there anyone in mind that you think would be a good matchup for you? I would love to fight somebody that I didn't fought. I fought a lot of guys already inside of the rankings, so somebody I haven't fought. We got Paulo Costa, we have Robert Whittaker, two names that I haven't fought, so... How do you see the fight going down with Robert Whittaker and Vettori? I think that Robert will get it done. He's such a great fighter. I love to watch Robert, and he's probably the toughest test for me in the division as well. Okay, thank you. Congrats. Thank you.
I was wondering, there's been some talk, primarily from Luke Rockhold, about, a little bit of worry about the fight with Paulo Costa falling apart. If it were to fall apart in a little less than a month's time, is that one you're interested in to fill in against Luke Rockhold?
Luke Rockhold in 1 month. That's to be honest, Luke has lost a couple of fights, but he looks so great every single time he's in there. He's one of the toughest fighters in the world. I probably need more preparations for Luke Rockhold.
Thank you.
Huge congratulations on the win tonight. I want to ask about the future. Is middleweight always going to be home, or has jumping around weight classes possibly interested you down the line?
No, if I should be so fortunate to dominate all of the middleweights and become the champion, then it might be an option. Until then, I will stay in the middleweight.
Awesome stuff. And we have a fan question for you. After your fighting career is done, would you go back to working in a pet store in Oslo?
I'm not going to go back to the pet store, but I'm looking forward to give all of my everything I've learned through my martial arts career to pass that on to the next generation and become a great coach.
That's great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm in Sweden now and then, and my brother has a Muay Thai club, Uddevalla Muay Thai. So when I'm home in Uddevalla, I'm visiting them guys and training there for sure. So I'm going to Sweden very soon.
Jack, mic's on. Hi, Jack.
Hi.
Just wanted to ask you. Obviously, the arena was absolutely wild when you were just warming up, getting ready to come out. And were you watching what was going on in the arena just before you were due to fight? And how did that affect you when you were getting ready to walk, knowing that the crowd were going absolutely berserk from what they'd just seen?
It's amazing, you know, whenever Paddy is fighting in England, it's just insane. And I love that, and I feed from that energy. And it was great to walk out there today. Even when my opponent had that Sweet Caroline, you know, the song, and I enjoyed myself so much, and it was great to fight in front of the English fans again.
And just a quick one about Chris Curtis again. Have you actually spoken to him backstage since the fight?
I haven't, unfortunately. I would love to, you know, I would love to square up, and yeah, again, I apologize so much for my bad behavior.
Cheers, thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect, thank you very much.
Paddy wanted the German Don and Molly wanted the howl ahead. How do you like us now? Listen, we're going to need 2 microphones. Stop being our-lads. Lads, we're going to have to go turn to peace. Go on, let me go first because I was first on. Dave, can we all just listen on the realist? Without Dave, Barstool Sportsbook app, me and Paddy wouldn't have the belief behind us over the water in America. We wouldn't have the funding behind us to absolutely make a go of it here. Without them, it'd be so much harder. So to Dave Portnoy and the whole team as fucking Barstool Sportsbook, please give them a round of applause. And his fucking outfit was next level heavy. And I've had half a bottle of whiskey. How do you like me now?
Obviously, you had an amazing finish last time here in London, and then again tonight.
Yeah.
Can you just talk through your emotions? Obviously, you didn't think you'd be able to. I mean, you weren't going in there thinking that you were going to be able to top what you did last time.
Yeah, it was. Nick Pete sat there and went. Everyone was going, she can't top that. She can't top that. What did you say, lad? Wait and see. I gave you fight IQ. I gave you patience. I gave you, in positions where I may have been taken down, submitted, controlled, none of that. And I was against the cage and some bird went, hey girl, you smell nice. I was like, what? And in that moment, the whole fight, please, I hope you can find it. The whole fight changed. In that moment, I'm going to be deadly honest with you. Sometimes I go back and forth in my mind about, am I who I think I am? Am I going to leave the legacy I think I am? And then this cunt on my left goes, shut up, you're the meatball. Course you are. Course you are. He's not even coming up for breath on that German Donner. But nice one, Neve. Neve sorted it straight out. But listen, did I think this was coming? Said it in every single interview. Yes. Did I think it was going to be the same finish? Yes. Yous have all seen the promo this week. Yous have seen me and Ellis Hampson go through the same stuff. UFC, rinse and repeat. You've seen Paddy do the same. You've seen me do the same. We've done exactly the same. I've drank as much or more. I know, I'm bladdered. But last time I didn't even come and see yous because I just wanted to go and see him. This time I got to go on his walkout and sit next to Hunter and absolutely be there with a wig on, like, do, 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 do. Are you ready to... Are you coming up for air or what? You ready? We'll do one question each. But give me one more. Give me one more so we can finish that. Go on, lad. Oh, sorry. I'll give you and then you.
And in terms of how you're feeling, I mean, to be able to do this 2 times in a row, you know, back to back, the feelings that you have now, does that top how you felt in the last one? Knowing that you came back from everything that you came back from.
This doesn't feel the same. Like, last time was special. Me and Nick Pete will tell you, like, he told me once upon a time, you're headlining the Echo Arena for a world title. And he's told me, you've just knocked it the fuck out. And this one, it weren't the same because I've done it before. But what I can tell you is I had a lot more faith in myself. I believed in myself more. I believe, like, it's my time to be where I'm supposed to be. I believe I've learned all the lessons that I'm supposed to have learned. We really did know this was happening. Like, we said it in the changes before we went out. And
Any meat left on that?
Any meat? That one, lad.
Yeah, that one's now.
Yeah, I was buzzing. Do you know what I love? The UFC gives Paddy, Jim and Donna, and they give me Howl ahead. Like, they know us. They know us. But you know what's the best thing about tonight? He said to everyone, when Michael Bisping and everyone shut him down, Nick Pete went, wait till you see. Wait till you see. She can't beat the last one. She can't. But do you know what? She can defend a single leg. She can defend a body lock. She can sit against the wall. I can stand there in front of 18,000 people and get them all singing, dun, 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 fuck the Tories, dun, 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 dun. And I can absolutely go and finish one with R1 or 2 triangle. Bump, there it is. Lad, you get one before he does, before I'm too bladdered to carry on.
Congratulations.
Are you Welsh again?
I am, unfortunately, yeah.
Okay, someone has to be, but it's all right.
Congratulations for another really impressive win, Molly. Like you hinted at there, tonight you led the crowd in a fuck the Tories chant. Earlier this week, we saw Paddy telling Rishi Sunak to eat shit.
And the meatball. And Priti Patel can do one. They're a gang of rats, lad.
Why are people from Liverpool so politically engaged and switched on? And that's for both of you, really.
For both of us, we can say in a different way. The government was once told to decline our city. What was it called, lad? You said it best.
A managed decline.
A managed decline. So you've got a port that can bring in so much revenue for the country, so much tourism, but you want to break us down. Why is that? Why is that? There was a woman who was a Liverpool fan called Anne, and her son died in the Hillsborough tragedy. And do you know what she said, lad? You've picked on the wrong fucking city. And me and him show you that every single time we go out to fight. Before I went out for this fight, I felt every bit of pressure. I'm not going to lie. I've never had so much stuff to do. I normally watch him and I go, ha, you've got 5 hours of media a day, and I could just lie there playing the PS. I had to do exactly the same as him. And so when I walked out to that song, This Place You See, and the whole gaff erupted because it was full of pure Scousers. And he can't thank every single working class person who's nearly had to remortgage their house to come and watch us. Because when we walk out and they scream that loud, that gives us the next level energy to just absolutely destroy these Yanks. Lad, I'm gonna throw it over to you. Oh, sorry, come on.
Just one minute, because I've seen recently you've been helping out with the Four Nations, the Apple people. I see you actually called one of my friends, Chanel Dyer, as well. What was it like doing that and giving back, to the amateurs and seeing how good these people are coming through?
So if anyone doesn't know, I'm on the Sports Performance Board, the same as Nick Pete in the corner, and I represent England MMA Association. 2 weekends ago, it was the Four Nations Championship, and I was one of the head coaches in the corner for the English team. Chanel Dyer, me and her have been on a documentary together, from the amateur to the pro. It's me and her, we're the only ones doing it. And it's really hard when you say to a Scouser, what does it mean to represent your country? Because, in all honesty, we hate the establishment, we hate the monarchy, we hate them all, because all they've wanted to see a managed decline. But I took great pride in leading my fighters out to go and win us gold medals. And I'm very proud of her, and I'm very proud of myself for doing the same.
Molly,
sorry, last one, go on. Just got me boys finished, that's all.
No, sorry.
Hey, and wait till you see how drunk I get in the next 4 minutes.
Yeah, you said you wanted to fight Antonina Shevchenko next. Why that fight?
So I never call anyone out. That's not for me to do. But when you talk about legacy, prestige, honour, like, who's the best in the game? And it's Valentina. Am I Valentina ready yet? No. Lad, come on. Am I, Antonina, ready? Let's see. I believe I am. I believe this isn't like a diss. This isn't like, I think I'm going to F you everywhere. No, it's not. But I genuinely think, like, this is an amazing fight to have. And I know, like, if they do one fight camp for me, if I ever make it to Shevchenko, they'll have the blueprint. But I'll also have the blueprint because I'll know how to beat a sister. So with the greatest respect, I've said her name because I think she's the best. So I would like you to tell her that I believe she is the best. That's why I'm trying to challenge her for that.
Are you content to just compete in the UK? I mean, the reception...
I want to go everywhere. You take me to Boston, I'll own it. You take me to Vegas, I'll own it. But I will tell you this. We're a package deal, aren't we, lad? You've seen it tonight. No disrespect to any other fighter on this card. Who's had the press? Who was giving all of you sound bites? Who's giving all of you time to write? Last time I seen you the other day, none of you could even fucking open your eyes because you're all fucked. And we're trying to give you everything that we have. I'm not giving it Adesanya where, like, I can do your job, but you can do my job. No, I can't do your job because I can't spell. But what I can do, what I actually can do is I can make 18,000 people in London sing F the Tories. That's what the meatball can do. Oh, insane, lads.
Everyone's known for a long time the potential you guys have. Everyone in this country has known that this has been coming. See this realised, and just aside from the fights from you both, you guys made Drake a lot of money tonight.
Yeah, and his finals a watch. Lad, tell him.
Molly only sent him a video right after it and asked for watches, and he said he's going to give us both a Rolex.
I went, lad, please give me a date.
We're swimming in it.
Champagne, Pappy!
Next up, you got to get him to walk you guys out. We got to get this one.
No, listen, we got Dave Portnoy. Dave Portnoy.
Can Dave Portnoy rap?
Listen, it doesn't matter. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
He can do whatever he wants.
Listen. he'll rap a pizza review for you, lad.
We love that. Paddy, the first round, it looked like it was a frustrating experience, but you ended it very well and went into the second round with control.
I bet all the meat off it. They don't want that. I've nailed the meat on that. Like,
what was that like going in between rounds, the first and the second round? Yeah, get that one out.
Obviously, as I said, I wanted to finish him in the first round, so I was pretty disappointed in between rounds, standing there talking to Ellison Paul like, what? I should have this in the bag by now. What's going on here? But
don't rush it.
I went into this fight with a lot of emotion, a lot of other things on my mind, know what I mean? So, like as I say, in the cage after it, I was very critical of my own performance, but Paul spoke to me in the back and just said, what are you doing? You had a lot of other things on your mind going into the fight, and I think you could see that when I come out. I've never come out and threw big shots like that immediately when I've walked out. I'm normally cool, calm and calculated, but I come out and tried to take his head off straight away because
can we all, like, no one knows the reality of what's gone on, but Paddy's made a real close connection with baby Lee, a 4-year-old who had a brain tumour who passed away a couple of weeks ago, and we went to the funeral and paid our respects, and then Friday morning, 3 a.m, he's had a message saying one of his best mates has killed themselves. Could you imagine being Patrick Pimblett coming out to this reception and having to deliver when you're dealing with that heavy on your heart? So when he's gave that message in front of all of yous and he's been honest and he's told you everything about mental health, please believe me, he shows us all that he's iron. He's no one can break this boy, and I genuinely believe it. No one can penetrate that or can penetrate that. But he showed you no matter what, 2 deaths in 2 weeks, he can overcome anything.
Can, like.
Paddy, touching on the topic that Molly raised there as well, you made that passionate, emotional speech about your friend. But earlier in the week as well, you'd said that you'd been fat-shamed as well. Obviously, body image is wrapped up.
I get fat-shamed all the time, lad. Meatball.
Obviously, body image is wrapped up in all mental health issues as well. So my question is, why doesn't men's mental health get taken seriously?
It just...
I've just probably done it you then.
Yeah, you did. Sorry, lad. Just doesn't, lad. It's crazy. You know, as I said, women talk to each other. There's no stigma on women. They sit round and have a cup of tea and have a jangle.
True that.
Men don't, lad. Men feel like, I can't go and say that to him because he'll think I'm a little mushroom. You know what I mean? That's what men think. But as I said in the cage, I'd much rather my friend come to me and speak to me and cry on my shoulder than me have to cry when I'm carrying his coffin a week later. You know what I mean? Split-second decisions ruin lives, and that's what happened this week. And I just don't know how Ricky's mum and sister are getting through this, lad, because, as I say, he was my friend, but he wasn't my son or my brother, and it's going to affect them a lot more than it affects me. But, as I say, people in the position where I'm in, people who have got a bit of spotlight, who have got a bit of a following, they should help people. You know what I mean? Anyone who's in a position like me, you should try and help someone, whether it's Joe on the street or whether it's your mate. You know what I mean? You should try and help. We should have to give back, because people, without all them fans, without all the people that adore us, we wouldn't get paid what we get paid. We wouldn't have the following that we have. So I just like giving back. And as I said last time, I'm starting a charity for little kids, the little baddies, but I'm also obviously now thinking about doing a men's mental health charity, because the UK doesn't give any funding for it. There's no funding for men's mental health, and it's the biggest killer for men between like 21 and 45. And no one talks about it. No one even mentions it, lad. Men just kill themselves and no one cares. We need to change it.
You do, and you're going to change it, lad. You can do anything you want, lad. You told me that.
Levitt seemed to underplay the scale of the event.
Justin.
He seemed to underplay the scale of the event all week. He said he'd fought in front of better crowds in his third amateur fight, something like that. Do you think when he got in there tonight, he did feel the weight of that crowd on him and the cheer that was coming for you, which was...
Yeah, I could see it on his face. You know what I mean? When I was standing there staring at him, looking across from him, I'm not going to lie, I was standing there snarling as I always do, trying to burn it all through his head. And I could see him, like, it was getting to him. I knew it got to him a bit. That's why he got engaged straight away, tried to grapple straight away, but give him his due, lad, he's a good grappler.
His eyebrows were doing my head in, lad. I thought, oh, lad, I was sat next to Hunter going, fuck off.
Did you feel in the second round he kind of pushed you up against the fence? You sort of got him in like a sort of a standing
Anaconda?
dance.
Nah, that's it.
Did that freeze him up a little bit, and then obviously led to you landing the knee?
Yeah, I'll be honest, we've actually worked that in the gym. Yeah. That's a move that we've worked in the gym, and I felt him.
I haven't with these arms, but he has.
I started squeezing, putting a bit of pressure on, and I felt him go like a little bit. You know what I mean? I was thinking, this is going on here.
I seen his eyes giving it all back.
And then I kneed him in the head, and I'm not going to lie, my knees killing. My knees sore.
Me and Hunter Campbell was sat there and Dave Portnoy, and I went, oh, Jesus. I thought, oh my God, he's broke his cranium. Did you hear it?
When I stepped up on there, my knees sore. I'm not going to lie. My knees sore off his head, so I know that affected him. You know what I mean? I dropped him to his knees, like, so I know for a fact that affected him. But the positions like that are where I thrive. Positions like that, I thrive. Like, he's very unorthodox. He is. He's a very unorthodox fighter, and as I say, I was going to out-weird him, and I out-weirded him.
Yeah. And just lastly from me, last time you came back here, you ate a big pizza. This time you had the...
Oh, that was heavy.
That was because that was my fault.
Which was best?
Lad.
Oh, come on, lad, don't ask silly questions. That pizza last time was like a 3.6 tops. Know what I mean? That pizza was snarred.
Dave, it had no cheese. Yeah. It was floppy.
It was terrible.
But can we be... Do you know what
but the German that was heavy.
Can I tell you why? Paddy just won, and I walked past and I seen everyone with 10 fucking pies of pizza.
Oh yeah, Molly just robbed the pizza.
And I just robbed one and went, Patrick, have that, lad.
That was funny last time, like that pizza I had here, Molly literally robbed it off someone.
I've robbed the pizza last time. This time we've got rollies off Drake. How do you like us now?
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Last time you were here, you actually asked the same question.
You've got a better bun than me. Messing.
You talked about the snipe pizza last time. Obviously, this one was a lot better. And also, we spoke about you and Molly. Now I've got you together, and you and Molly's banter between Liverpool and Everton. I don't remember last time.
Yeah.
Don't start me. Like, tell him about the tube.
Paddy, how do you feel? Yeah. How do you feel that Liverpool? How do you feel that Everton
off.
Didn't get relegated?
I haven't swore all night. Fuck off.
You haven't swore all night? Are you fucking messing?
No, I haven't.
You have. All you've done swear, you mad bastard.
Neither didn't swear, did I?
She swore on ESPN about 4 times.
Well,
know
in the
what I mean?
cage, I never.
What are you on about? But,
lad, tell him about the lad on the tube.
It was funny the other day, yeah. Like, when it comes to Molly, I don't want Everton to get relegated, know what I mean? She's not a bit of blue. She wanted us to win the Champions League final when I went in that, know what I mean? But for me mate Sam and Desi, who celebrate every goal what Man City score, I hope they come rock bottom. Rock bottom and never come back up. But it was funny the other day, we were on the tube and some American was sat next to us and he went, oh, we're from Minnesota. And me and her just burst out laughing.
I went, oh, lads,
Everton got beat 4-0 in a friendly by Minnesota the day before. Oh,
I've got the whole Everton Football Club going, oh, Molly, good luck and all that.
It was absolute comedy gold.
Frank, get me in the changes, I promise you. Lads, you've seen it. You've seen what I can do. Magic.
Yeah, I couldn't help myself but ask that question, sorry.
You're as fat and I'll cut your fucking bun off next time.
Yeah, you're obviously a massive star. Is this your last fight in the UK? Do you think now UFC are going to try to capitalise pay-per-view?
Yeah, most definitely. You know that.
Oh
know what I mean?
God, lad, we genuinely got 50 G's.
Yeah, light work was always happening. But yeah, I know for a fact now I'll be fighting on pay-per-views with John Anik, Joe Rogan and DC commentating.
Big Michael.
Yeah, Big Mike's the man. But I know I won't be fighting in the O2 again. It's too small. As I say, we will do Anfield. I promise you now. Dana said that he won't do Anfield, but he also said women will never fight in the UFC years ago when Ronda Rousey came along. He said he won't do a stadium in the UK, but the baddies came along, so we will.
One last one. Your Twitter was recently suspended.
Oh, yeah, my Twitter's been suspended now. You know what I mean? I don't even know why now. I'm thinking, what did they say? Because my first account got suspended, and now they've only just realised that at the UFC baddie is me. How? Know what I mean? What spaceman runs your internet website? Know what I mean? Your social media thing? Elon Musk. Buy Twitter, lad, and let's box this.
Did anyone see me give Paddy a shoulder carry back to the fucking calf? Lad, answer him. He's off the in-betweeners.
Yeah, my man's great.
Go on.
Wait, now, he's asking a question next.
Okay, you go first. I'm drunk.
When you guys are both out there in this arena is cheering for you guys, you know, their fans singing, their fans with the wigs.
You'd think it was Liverpool, wouldn't you?
When you're walking out, what do you see? Like, what do you single out you're making those walks?
No, what, to be honest, lad, right before I walked out, I was getting a bit emotional thinking about Ricky and Lee. And then Jordan Levitt's song come on. And in the back, we all just, ain't no man high enough. Ain't no very low.
We all started
dancing. Just started dancing, singing it, and I made up. He come out to that song because it got me mind off them.
But can I tell you?
And then when my song come on, it's just there's no feeling like
levels.
it.
Right?
There's no feeling like it.
I have never. I'm a fan. This is my brother. It's what I aspire to be. It's what I've always wanted to be. Plain and simple. Imagine knocking some bird out to a Scouse tune. My people, my city, my people, my art. And then the UFC going, do you want to walk out with Patrick? You take on the piss. So I downed half a bottle of an ale. I thought, yeah, I'll be ready. I walked out, I went, I promised you, lad. I promised you I'd open the show. Now you close the show. We went, I know that, meatball. So when Jordan's song come on, we all started dancing, didn't we?
Did.
And I was stood behind him and I just seen it, lad. You can talk about your Conor McGregors, you can talk about who you want. Have you ever seen it? Do. Even when he had his weigh-in the other day, I'm behind the scenes. Do. Next level, lad.
And my final question, you know, obviously people are coming out of the woodwork. Molly, you have Miranda Maverick calling you out.
Hang on, then tell me everyone who's called me out because I'll fucking have them right now.
What is your message to the people who are saying, I want to stop this hype train that they have going?
I'm not a hype train, and neither is he. We're from hard-working cities, blue-collar, working class, woke up every day since we've ever been alive to chase this dream from where we are from. We will fight anywhere, any place, anytime with whoever fucking wants it. Miranda, if you want it, I'll fuck you wherever you want to be fucked.
The word...
Not in a gay way, but, you know.
The word hype train does my head in, lad. It proper burns
You
my cap out.
thought we were hype trains. You thought we were hype trains. Every single person who weren't us tonight done a fuck all. What did we do? Every single person stood there for us, sang for us, and we got 2 finishes. I am a mouth, but really, it's facts. What did we do tonight? Dana, what did we do, lad?
Just as I say, that hype train one does my head in. People have been calling me a hype train since I was 18, 19, lad, when I was first fighting on Cage Warriors. Keep calling me a hype train all you want, lad, because...
Has Miranda really kept giving it to me, yeah?
She did post on Instagram.
Why is she coming for... Oh, fuck you. Do you know what? I wanted to fight in November in Madison Square Garden, but he doesn't want to till December.
I'm not getting taxed by that.
No, but listen, Miranda, I'll fight you in December. Southpaw want to smother me work. Watch what I do to you. Be careful what you wish for.
Paddy, is there an amount of money that you would cut your hair for?
No.
Don't start, lad.
No, it's a trademark, lad. It's little kids in Liverpool got this haircut now because of me, lad. This is how I roll.
Nick Pete said from the beginning.
Congratulations.
Darren till started it, but he was wearing the hair like the Paddy.
Paddy, Michael Chandler was in here earlier and he was saying some really nice things about you, and Sean O'Malley seemed like he was a bit of a fan. How does it make you feel that these big stars in the UFC are singing your praises?
That just goes to show that people who matter, people who know what they're talking about, fighters, they're not saying this is a hype train. You know what I mean? They know. Mike's top fighter. You know what I mean? Top 5. I seen a story yesterday where he was saying he thinks I'll be champ in the next 5 years. When you're here, brilliant fighters giving you props like that, lad, it fills you with pride, and I love that. You know what I mean? And Sean's sound. Sean O'Malley gets a bad rap, lad, but he's a cool dude. And
you obviously you set yourself the goal of 155 pounds when you're cutting weight. Do you ever set yourself a goal when you're putting on the weight?
Well, to be honest, lad, I've said like last time, lad, I did get fat. Know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. Not as fat as them Paddy's games Photoshop. What you all believe?
That was.
I looked. I mean? You all
called me
believe
Meg
the
Griffin
Photoshop.
and Chris Griffin.
You all believe the Photoshop. I wasn't that fat. You know what I mean? But I did get up to 205, not gonna lie. I got up to 205, lad. But I started camp 88.8 kilo. What's that, about 195, 198? And I got to 156.
Hey,
piece of piss.
Can I show you all this? This is Stormzy getting high-crotched by me.
Molly just picked Stormzy up before, yeah.
Absolutely.
I see them. You've never seen nothing like it. He nearly went flying. I had to hold his head up so he never snapped his neck.
Can I just say before we leave, me and him appreciate every little bit of work that you all do. And the ones who want to try and slag us, that's whatever. But all of you who are real journalists, take the time to see what we do. We fucking love you, so thank you very much.
And that was for Lee and Ricky.
And oh my God, nearly knocked me tooth out. I'm on the ale. Lad, I thought you broke his cranium.
God, what a letdown it is to have me up here after those two. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Just start with the gate. Gate was 4,320,679 USD and 3.6 million GBP. Attendance was 17,813. Sold out, 20th consecutive sellout. Highest grossing UFC fight night in history. Highest grossing single sporting event in O2 history. Might see some of the bonuses already, but Krylov, Jonathan Pierce, Paddy, and Molly. Yes, sir.
First question for me is just, do we have a medical update on Tom Aspinall?
We don't at the moment. I mean, it looked pretty bad to me. We don't have an update at the moment.
Okay. Obviously, that's 2 shows at the O2 that have been fantastic for you guys. Do you think that could be something that happens every year, multiple trips to this venue, or is this one kind of a fluke one because the first one was so great?
No, I mean, I think the O2 as a destination, but more importantly, like London as a destination, and certainly the UK could certainly support multiple events a year. Whether, out of 42 events a year, we can come to London twice. We're still working out our schedule for 2023 and obviously Q4 for this year. But yeah, I mean, 2 massive events here, incredible fans. The cards were solid. This one was obviously a bit different than the last one, but it definitely had its moments. But yeah, listen, this is a home away from home for us from Vegas.
Do you think every time you have an event and it goes like this, where people see from home how crazy the fans are and how good the atmosphere is, that it's going to make each event better every time because everyone's going to want to come and join in the party, as it were?
Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, we've had some pretty memorable events in the UK and Ireland over the years with this type of rabid fan base. You get that type of fan base in Brazil. You get it in Montreal. You get it in a few different cities around the world, but there's not a lot of cities where you get that type of really frenetic, chaotic energy. The chants, I mean, I'm not sure how many Liverpudlians there are in this group here, but the song, I forget the name of the song that was sung, the soccer team, the football team.
Never Walk Alone.
Yeah, Never Walk Alone. I mean, that was like a pretty special moment. I know probably pretty contentious too in certain groups, but exciting place to be.
And with Paddy himself, obviously that amazing speech in the cage after the fight, how big a star do you think this guy can be? Obviously it's trending the right way, right? But when you see him, do you see a unique individual, and what do you see for his future?
Yeah, it seemed like the only thing people wanted to talk about tonight was Paddy. If I was talking to fans, corporate partners, internally with our staff here, everyone was talking about Paddy. He brings a completely different persona, very unique, an independent personality that we just don't see a lot of. The tag team, I think, between he and Molly is pretty special. But yeah, I was texting with Borsari immediately after his speech, and he was saying really nice to see that side of him, especially after such a dramatic win.
Obviously, first, thank you for coming back to the UK so soon. It's great to be able to attend another event. Is there any reason why you did it in London again and didn't go to a different part of the country, like up north, like Manchester, Liverpool way, or anything like that?
I think the simple answer is Dana was here in March, and he experienced how fervent and intense the crowd was, and he wanted to be here. I mean, it's, don't want to make it this any more complicated. He was here, he loved it, he wanted to come back as soon as possible, and it was just a matter of us being able to find a night open and available at the O2, which for one of the busiest arenas in the world, this worked out well in terms of the timing.
And have you got plans to, I know you do 2 in London, would you do 4 in the UK, do 2 in a different part of the country and 2 in London? Is that
potentially. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's a nice challenge to have, but trying to figure out how we divide our events around the world, is a constant discussion between the group of us at the office, because we want to be able to service our fan base all around the world. We've got important partnerships. We've got our offices in a variety of different places around the world. And, there are some destinations we will always get to. UK, obviously, Brazil, Canada, Australia. And I think some of the priority markets need to be nurtured, because that's where a significant section of our fan base is. And also, as we've got more and more athletes that are kind of coming up the ranks and making a name for themselves, having a gate like this at the O2 5 months after we held the last one's pretty special.
Thank you.
Cool. Thanks. See you again, Curtis. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.
Answers won't be great tonight. I'm tired. I've been downstairs waiting 40 minutes because you guys were talking to Paddy and Meatball. So let's get this going.
When this fight-ending sequence happened, obviously not the way anyone wanted it to end, were you aware exactly what happened?
I have no idea what happened. He landed the kick. I went to counter. He dropped. That's all I know.
Do you want to run things back with him? Obviously, he's going to be out for a while, but do you think a rematch?
I'm not risking my ranking. I won the fight. Heading into this fight, I envisioned the winner, which is me. The winner of this fight would be fighting the winner of Tuivasa and Gane. So I'm not going to pass up an opportunity to fight those guys when it's right there to wait for Aspinall to heal and run it back.
Yeah, one last one. Would you consider being a backup for Gane and Tuivasa? I know it's all the way in France, but would you consider being a backup?
I hope neither one of them blow weight, but yeah, I'd be a backup, but I hope they don't blow weight. That would be weird.
How frustrating is it? Obviously, such a big, massive run-up to this fight, and then for it to happen like that. Can you just talk a little bit about your emotions, how you're feeling?
You hit the hammer with the nail. I don't know how to say it. That's the word. I'm frustrated. No one wants to win like that. I got the win. I hold my ranking. I get the money. But without a highlight, did it even happen? Did the fight even happen? Is this going to be in the news next week? Am I going to get an interview with Ariel Helwani? Am I going to be on YouTube? Am I going to gain 50,000 Instagram followers? No. So disappointed about all that, but nothing we can do about it now.
Does that for you impact your way up the division? Obviously, your aim is to get to the title. With not having the kind of performance that you wanted, and like you said, not having the interviews, the kind of hype that you would have coming off of, say, a win over Tom tonight. Do you think that affects you and your goal for the title?
Nope. As long as I knock out the next guy, hype's back. MMA is like that. You could win 4 fights in a row, lose the fight, everyone says you suck. You could lose 3 in a row, win 1, and you're the greatest in the world. So your last fight's the only one that matters.
And obviously it's not really a win for you to celebrate tonight. So how do you think you're going to be kind of unpacking this?
I'm just going to hang out. My family's here. They came all the way out here. We're still going to hang out. We're still going to have a few beers. Obviously, we're not going to be lit, but what else am I going to do? Go home in my room and just cry all night? No. I won, so I'm happy.
Thank you.
Obviously, the fight with Ty and Cyril coming up in September. Who knows their condition, how much time off they may need after that. Because of the way this fight went, do you see yourself getting another fight, even if it's not against the winner of that one?
No. Why would I do that?
Stay active.
No, that doesn't help me with the rankings at all. Staying active, you don't have to stay active. You have to beat highly ranked opponents. So I'm going to wait for the winner. I will not be taking number 8, number 7, number 6, because it doesn't help me. It helps them. I'm not looking to hand out any handouts.
Thank you. Back to your family. How soon are you looking forward to? Tell me about how soon are you back home visiting with your family? Obviously, that's where you want to be more than anything.
I planned on this being a war, and I planned on taking off the next few weeks. I have a lot of things scheduled. I have a wedding. One of my homies from college, he's got a wedding I got to get to. I got to go spend some time with my daughter. Got to go back to Chicago, handle some business. So, yeah, I won't really be in the gym for most of August. I've got a lot of plans.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
And it doesn't look like you're going to be facing Tom anytime soon. So how were you planning to approach that fight? At least from the very small amount that we saw, it looked like you were prepared to sort of stand and bang with him. Was that how you were planning on doing this on Saturday?
Yeah. I wanted to. Everyone was hyping up his speed. He's not as fast as you guys make it seem to be. I don't know. I know it was only 15 seconds, but every exchange he got touched. And a lot of his highlights when he's sparking these guys is because they're stagnant. They don't move their feet, which is what I do. So I don't believe the hype. I don't think he's as fast as everyone thought he was. Obviously, he's not as big as everyone made it out to be. I felt like I was bigger, more athletic, more explosive. And obviously, I think my bones are stronger because he's the one who landed the kick on me, and he ended up getting injured. So I don't know. It's a weird night. Really hard to come up with witty answers with a win like that. It's not really hard to be hyped up about it.
I understand. Tuivasa and Garn is the fight you're obviously going to be keeping a very close eye on. Who do you expect to be facing as a result of that fight? Who do you think will come through that one and potentially face you next?
I think Gane, but it's heavyweight, so I wouldn't put $1 on that fight, because anyone who says they know who's going to win, you don't know. You're a liar. It's heavyweight. It takes one punch. Obviously, Cyril Gane's the more technical, the more he's got the better footwork, he's got the fancier combinations, but Tuivasa, he's in the top 5 for a reason. He hits hard. He doesn't need combinations. He needs one punch. So we'll see. Yeah.
Last one from me. Obviously, the fight didn't go the way you wanted it to. What was your overall London experience like this week?
It was dope. I've always wanted to visit London. Nothing this week makes me feel like I won't ever be back. I definitely plan on coming back out here and just hanging out, exploring. Fans were nice. Food was a lot better than what I'd heard. I'd heard that the food was like in the 1600s still, but it's not like that. It's good. The food's good here.
Brilliant. Thank you.